What's up, guys, and welcome back to Red 5 Reviews. Hope y'all are doing well and hope y'all had a happy Halloween. I do apologize. It has been a while since I posted anything here on YouTube for a while, but it's just been a crazy couple of months, but things are slowing down, and I am now ready to continue my reviews for the Dark Lord Trilogy. So with that said, today's review will be book 2 in the Dark Lord Trilogy, but as far as the original trilogy goes, it is episode 3, and that of course is the Revenge of the Sith novelization that was written by New York Times best-selling author Matthew Stover, who also wrote other Star Wars novels such as Shatterpoint, which has been reviewed on this channel as well. Now, Revenge of the Sith novelization was published by Del Rey in 2005, and as you can see, became a New York Times bestseller. Now, there will be no spoilers for this review, but with that said, let's do this.
Set a few years after Attack of the Clones, we are nearing the end of the Clone Wars. Chancellor Palpatine has been kidnapped by Count Dooku and General Grievous of the Droid Army. Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi rescue the Chancellor and defeat Count Dooku. Upon their return, Anakin reunites with his wife Padme, and she reveals she is pregnant. As the Jedi search for General Grievous, they start to become very suspicious of Chancellor Palpatine, who has been both mentor and friend to Anakin. The stress with the Jedi Council, as well as recurring nightmares about losing Padme, push Anakin to the limit as the Dark Lord of the Sith sets to recruit Anakin to the dark side. I thought that Matthew Stover did an excellent job with this novelization. While it followed the events of the film very well, I felt that Stover's writing was an improvement to the story. It featured great added dialogue and extended or new scenes entirely. I loved how Stover expanded Anakin's struggle with the dark side. I felt like his portrayal of that struggle was both more believable and more compelling than the film. Even though it was the same story, Stover took a very different tonal approach, and so it really felt a lot different than the film. For example, the film focused more on the action, and the novelization focused more on what was happening between the characters. I thought this approach to the novel brought a lot more emotion and suspense to the story, and I found myself caring about the characters while reading even more than I did while watching the film. Now, with novelizations like these, expanded or added details can sometimes be a good or bad thing, but Matthew Stover did a very excellent job with combining the right amount of old and new material. Now, with that being said, my only issue with this book had to do with the pacing in the beginning. There were some scenes, particularly within the first few chapters, that felt a little drawn out, and I felt that these could have been trimmed up a bit. However, it does pick up, and honestly, it all felt worth it in the end. It goes without saying that I absolutely recommend this book. Of all the sequel trilogy novelizations, I felt this one was definitely the strongest. I would even go far enough to recommend reading this book before watching the film, because while the film has great visual effects and a great score and great action scenes and such, it's with this book that you better experience the emotional impact of the story.
So I'm going to give the Revenge of the Sith novelization by Matthew Stover 5 out of 5 stars. I definitely recommend that you guys pick up this book. It is great, and I have no doubt that you'll enjoy it. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you found it helpful. And be sure to stay tuned for my next review in the Dark Lord Trilogy, which will be book 3 of that trilogy, will be Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader, written by New York Times bestselling author James Luceno. I'm sure that name sounds familiar. As you know, he's written a handful of Star Wars books, including Darth Plagueis. Guys, thank you all again so much. I do appreciate all the continued support. And until next time, this is Red 5 standing by.